For meets, some of my favorite exercises, like Chuck Vogelpohl and I, what we would do for meets years ago, we just push up reverse hypers. All right, I would do 4 heavy sessions of reverse hypers a week, and then 4 light. I did a lot of reverse hypers. One exercise I believe that made me stronger than weights, I pulled a heavy weight sled. I never went over 180 feet. I found I trained sprinters, high-level sprinters, and a lot of guys going in NFL combines. And they felt that 180 feet was perfect. So that's what I did. I just pulled it 180 feet. That way I could recover fairly short periods. But I pulled heavy weight. I would step out as far as I could, touch my heel, and pull. Once you can't touch a pull. You gotta, when it touches, you gotta pull. That's a problem with a lot of people that can't sprint very well. They touch their feet and then they pull. Well, when you touch, it has to be pulling. If you look at illustrate, it's like a bicycle. Look at a bicycle as the wheel turns. That's the way you actually run. But by doing that for my squat and deadlift, it works a whole lot like a partial glute ham raise. And I liked it because there's no eccentric loading. I could do tons of it. I actually did it till my feet wore out. And but it made me very, very, very strong. So you know, actually the strongest I'd ever been. And I loved it. And you go outside. And also, you could also use a second strap and do a lot of rowing, upright rowing, rowing towards your belly, anything you want to do for your upper back. Another favorite exercise I like with a sled was use a neck harness. Now, I don't use 2 plates or maybe 2 plates and a quarter. I'd fashion a neck harness on my head like anybody else, hook it to my sled, and I would bend over and stand up and pull the sled very methodically. Then I'd walk backwards. As I did, I would keep the tension in the strap, let it pull me all the way down, and repeat. Up and down that parking lot 180 feet at a time. It will, not only does it build up your neck, but it blows up your glutes and your spinal erectors. All right? That was a couple of my favorite exercises right there. Also, there's plenty of exercise for deadlifting. Snatch, grip, deadlift, those are very, very good. And years ago, when I could do them, I would do power cleans. Everybody thinks power cleans for speed. Forget all that, but they do build your upper back. A lot of guys' upper backs aren't that strong in that vertical motion. All right, they're real good standing up, horizontally, but not vertically. So power cleans are a good exercise if you can do them. Guys with big arms sometimes have a lot of trouble with bicipial tendonitis, but I didn't have any arms even when I had arms, and I didn't have any trouble. So, I mean, at the time in '73, I had a 670 official deadlift, 182 hour wind, no gear, and I could power clean 320 and the bar didn't revolve. It was a huge exercise for me to do. And lots of heavy back raises. Back then when I was pulling that 670, I had no training partner. I could get 135 up on my neck, and I did sets of 6 with 135 with a barbell. And that was a big exercise. I watched when I was here in Columbus, now this is Olympic lifting, not power, but I watched Walmart Bazanowski in 1970 up at Ohio State. He was doing back raises all the way down, all the way up with 100 kilogram, 220 pounds for reps. He was a 148-pound lifter. This is one strong-ass guy. When he lifted, he actually used a split style, which if anyone knows Olympic lifting, they never do it anymore, but you had to pull the bar higher. And, we're not talking lifting, we're talking powerlifting here. But I suggest some of you actually do the split. Why? Because you got to pull the bar higher. Then go back to your very good technique, and you'll be able to lift more weights. A lot of grip work. Some people need grip work. I suggest you never wear straps. The Russians will call this a simple grip. And, of course, this is a hook grip. So they would go simple as high as they could, hook, then straps. But, for us, well, some people can hook grip as their deadlifts now. It's getting to be very popular. But a standard grip, a simple grip, a hook grip, and then a reverse grip, and then straps with the heaviest weights. But don't put straps on. I watched my own guys. I told them to use straps. They used straps, and then their deadlifts went nowhere. When the time went to the mean, you got to turn your arm over. For one thing, when you turn this hand out, it goes out about 4 inches if you got any lat development whatsoever. So right away, your pulling is going to be a lot different. It just takes it right out of the groove for you. So those are some tips. I think will help you a lot.